Welcome back in. This week we'll know which two teams will be battling it out in the final of this season's Champions League. First up tonight, Liverpool coming into their game against Roma with a 5-2 lead on aggregate. No one has ever overturned this scoreline in the competition, but Roma's Radja Nainggolan said lightning can strike twice. What do you reckon, guys?
It can, but it was unlikely the first time. It's extremely unlikely to do it twice. But if you can beat Barcelona 3-0 at home, you can beat Liverpool. The question for me is, can they contain Salah and Firmino and Sane? And it's a big question mark. If they can keep that tight, yeah, they can score. They can score
tomorrow. You're going to contain them. You're going to play four in the first thing. You're going to play four in the back. And you take space away from them. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. I think they're going to win at home. Is there going to be? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
But how much? By enough goals?
I don't know. If I knew that, I'd bet on that. But I don't know.
It's a perfect game for Liverpool. If you look at the last 3 or 4 really big games they've played, including the home game against City, they've given up a possession, and they're on the counter. One of the lethal, maybe the best team in the world right now with Firmino, with Salah. They will score, but the 5-2 scoreline is actually better than the 4-1 against Barca. Mathematically, it's a better chance.
Thomas, what happened at Anfield, right? Fazio, Kolarov, the two players that were constantly beaten with the balls over the top. Kolarov is in his mid-30s, the slowest fullback in the league. Fazio's 6'5", the slowest centre back in the league. And they were playing high with a formation they've only used twice this season.
You can't play three in the back.
It didn't against Barcelona. You have no players that can play with the ball over the top like Liverpool. We have the two Olympic pace players. That's going to happen again. But you can't play. I wouldn't play Fazio and I wouldn't play Kolarov. Honestly, I put my quickest guys in the back.
I think you're spot on. But big question for me, Liverpool. They're not experienced in Europe. Neither are Roma. But you're going to Rome. You know what the atmosphere is like.
It's going to be. You never know what.
You're not used to that,
Gary. After 10-15 minutes, you're down 1-0. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen.
All right, the other one is tomorrow. Is Real Madrid taking a slender 2-1 advantage over Bayern to the Bernabeu? With them, Zidane's got some switching around to do with injuries playing their part, and you've got some theories on this one, Thomas Rongen.
I do. And the interesting part right now is both managers, by the way, have some serious problems. It looks like Isco is out. It looks like Carvajal is out as well, which means now Nacho, who's probably fit, will start there. Reason being is, you know what? He played against PSG in PSG against Neymar and did a good job.
Right back.
Nacho right back, Ramos, Varane, Marcelo. Then, you know what? Benz and Ronaldo on top. Vasquez on the right side against Alaba, who's going to be coming in and make Bayern a better team as well. Kovacic as a double pivot with Casemiro, although I think Casemiro might not start, and then fill in the blanks right here. It won't be Asensio, who's only started 2 out of 11 games in the UCL. He's the X factor coming off the bench, and Madrid will go that way in terms of winning.
Kovacic and Casemiro, you say? Then who goes out? Kroos, Modric?
No, you got Isco.
Play all 4.
Isco doesn't play.
Oh, so you're playing all 4.
Absolutely.
And then
you don't play Asensio and you don't play Bale.
So for Bayern, losing Robin, they lose a lot of the directness. All of it falls on Ribéry, who was hit or miss. So it's up to Ribéry to break down that Real Madrid defense. His poor touch, the way he controlled the ball, he had a chance to get a great goal inside the box. He let the touch get away from him. That's Ribéry throughout his career. I think overvalued, overhyped. Now in the twilight of his career, I don't think Bayern are good enough.
Him or Lewandowski? Will you not be more worried about Lewandowski as a threat?
I think they should be worried about Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think he's going to score tomorrow.
So many others,
and he's going to shut everyone up again. Like
you think that so many think Real Madrid are already in the final?
Yeah. They're not in the final because Bayern can beat Real Madrid over there.
It's not a big lead.
But no, it's not a big lead. It's a good lead, but I think Ronaldo at home, 85,000 people, is going to score tomorrow.
Last season they lost 2-1. They won 2-1 at Bayern, and Bayern came back and won 2-1 at the Bernabeu.
But it's not going to be easy.
Bayern's got bigger problems. Vidal is out. Boateng, probably the best centre back. I'll explain it to you, okay? Coleman can play. He would be a great replacement. Neuer, the best goalkeeper in the world, maybe is not there either. But Alaba, the left fullback, comes out. Okay, Alaba, Ribéry, Kimmich, and Müller on the right side against Marcelo and against Nacho and Vasquez will be the difference. And you know what? Ronaldo versus Hummels and Lewandowski against Ramos. That will be the game right there.
Playing with a cigarette tomorrow.
X Factor, James
with a cigar tomorrow.
James Rodriguez, and Asensio.
You got the Ronaldo the wrong way around there.
I can say my name there.